Hello everyone. So we got a new Cybertruck spotting out in the wild, and does look a little different in the pictures, but kind of hard to tell because not a lot of detail. So let's check out the pictures here. So what people are noting is the front end here. It does appear shorter and kind of rounded. Here, zoomed right in. It definitely appears like a shorter front end, and this zoomed in still looks like there is a line here, but tough to say with the reflections. Here's another one here, more from the side. And yeah, here you really see like how the front end looks shorter. And the last picture here, right from the front, at this magnification level, really looks rounded. And then when we zoom in, still looks pretty rounded in this picture. And this was spotted on Cato Road near their test facility for the 4680 production. The 4680 is the Tesla's new battery cell, which is almost the size of a pop can. You know, we're going to see more of these prototype, or I think they call them alpha versions or beta versions. They're pre-production, but getting closer and closer to actual production versions of the Cybertruck. So they're cool to see. And this article from Teslarati here, they note that Sandy Munro here had a look at it, and he said, "A perfect build. I just got to the airport for a trip to Tesla Berlin. I transferred the pic to my computer so I could get a better view. No mismatch in this build." I don't know what he means by mismatch. Maybe he means there's no difference on the front end. I love the structure. The structure is wicked strong, and it looks like it is a battleship strong. And again, Sandy says, "Great job, Tesla." So it sounds like Sandy Munro and the team at Munro and Associates is pretty happy with what they've seen from the Cybertruck so far. And more news from Stellantis. So Stellantis is apparently offering buyouts amid electric vehicle transition. Another automaker is trying to cut its workforce to trim expenses and stay competitive as the industry makes the long and costly transition to electric vehicles. Stellantis on Wednesday said it's offering buyouts to groups of white-collar and unionized employees in the US, as well as hourly workers in Canada. The cuts are in response to today's increasingly competitive global market conditions and the necessary shift to electrification, the company said in a prepared statement. Stellantis said it's looking to reduce its hourly workforce by about 3,500 people, but wouldn't say how many salaried employees it's targeting. The company has about 56,000 workers in the US, and about 33,000 of them could get the offers. Of those, 31,000 are blue-collar workers and 2,500 salaried employees. Another 8,000 union workers in Canada will also get offers, the company said. And just to note that Stellantis was formed in the merger of Fiat Chrysler and France's PSA Group. The company says it's offering packages to certain salaried workers who have 15 or more years of service. Packages also being offered to unionized employees in the US and Canada. So more rough times for traditional automotive manufacturers. We got GM offering packages and halting production of the Bolt, we found out today. Now Stellantis, formerly known as Chrysler, offering packages to a good chunk of their workers. And then we saw in the impact report from Tesla that they just keep continuing to hire. You already know who my bet's on. Speaking of that, Tesla stock is down again today, down 3% today at 155.74, as there's a lot of negative sentiment out there, especially on Wall Street, regarding Elon's comments around his willingness to drop margins down to zero. He did comment that, he would even consider dropping them to zero. It was more of an offhand remark, but to make a point that he basically sees that autonomous vehicles are going to happen and Tesla is going to get there eventually, and when that happens, it's better to have more vehicles on the road that are capable of that and have the optionality of buying into that package and which would result in more revenue for Tesla. So he's willing to sacrifice margins to get more vehicles on the road, and Wall Street's not happy with that. So I think we'll see some pressure on the share price in the short term. So could be some good buying opportunities coming up. Ross Gerber, he's an investment fund manager. He sold 30% of his holdings in Tesla just recently because of these types of fears. I would think it sounds like that's why he sold, because the short-term potential for reduced margins. So that's my midday update. My name's Evan Bertrand. This is the Evergreen channel. Subscribe if you like by clicking on the wheel at the bottom right. And thanks for watching.